Alright. If I'm honestly speaking right now, that it's already been a month since the last time I update on YouTube. during a month, during this month, uh, a ton of things happened. Actually, a ton of it happened, and I do keep all of them on my journal. I expect this video gonna be long, gonna be super long, right? And so yeah, the last time that I update is 23rd of November, and I say that my gosh, I got into some serious, like, holy moly things with Julia once again. I say, right? I did something very crazy. It's just like some part of me want to do it. And so here a kind of brief story for it. Okay, so we go to the SAT class, we study together, and then what next? We got in touch once again, and myself, in a very funny way, right? Myself, in a very funny way, I thought that I mistakenly thought that kind of interaction is kind of for affectionate. And I say that I am damn wrong about it. So I say to myself that, okay, maybe this time that I ain't gonna meet her the last time, right? Me personally, I do everything that I don't regret, so that I just hop on myself and just doing it. So what do? I start to flirt her like crazy shit, crazy amount of flirting. We get to talk, and then the story went a bit further than that. The story went kind of over a bit of it. And what I would say, right? I flirt with her a lot. I say that, hey, why don't you choose me? Why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? What do you do? Do you have a type? Why this? Why that? Why? Whatever. And I got my answer. She said that she loves the type of person who love to action, right? And here's the funny things. Okay, I take that into my company, my business. I say, oh, okay. Look like, am I look like the one who just always talking? It's just always like, oh, 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 this is my idea. Whoa, look at this, fund me. I promise. I promise that it will work. I promise if you love me, that I will bring you a better person. No, fuck not. I'm not always a kind of person, right? Of course, that's what I thought to myself. Yeah. Anyway, I used to not like that, but right now, I'm totally good on my own, right? Just do everything that I could. And okay, if she love action, let's act. If you are really like action. Like action, like you have affectionate for and some action with man and stuff like that. Why my hair look like shit? And so on. Let's act. What do? I we have a meal together. I would call that, well, if a man and a woman go on a meal, would I, and especially that man have a feeling for that girl, and that girl don't have the feeling for that man, would I call that a date? Would I call it? Heck, why not? Right? I said, okay. The funny way, I go walk to that restaurant. She take a bite to the restaurant. I say that, well, if it is on a date one, why are you taking a bite and I taking a walk? And she's like, what? She's trying to not understand and trying to be innocent, right? Very funny. Indeed. Very funny. And I say that, oh, okay, fine. And whatsoever. Then we eat together, I start to flirt her, I start to ask her a lot of stuff. And well, I would say I was annoying to her. Kinda, I don't know. I don't know how to really express that. One thing that I know is that I ask a lot of stuff, and actually we have a talk with each other really seriously. Yeah. And then, in the end, she say about the QR code to scan and give me the money back. I say, fuck no, this is a date, and I pay for it. Fair, right? Fair. Yeah, I don't have any problem with that until that night. And come to this point, I think I have to go a little bit deeper than that. I don't want to smile anymore, because this one is something that I must be honest with myself. Otherwise, right. So I go back to the class, and then I saw her doing so well. What I do? So doing so well on her reading, right? Let's see. Doing so well on the reading. Wow, she's doing so good. Wow, look at myself. I'm doing so bad. Stop comparing. Stop shitting on myself. I start comparing about myself with Julia. That I don't want to lie to say that, oh my god, I feel like godly enough to just like, wow, you're so good, Julia. No, oh hell no. I'm not that kind of, well, used to not that kind of godly, but right now, let me reconfirm it once again that I am right now. I don't compare myself anymore, but used to. And I compare, and so I know this is toxic in my feeling. My feeling is toxicity. My feeling is, okay, well, I start comparing. If I stay here for one more minute, then I will not be fine. So what do I do best? I know, I don't tell anyone. I know this feeling is bad. I know this feeling is not good. So I was trying to go for myself. Miss, I tell Miss that I think I don't feel good right now. Can I come home? Perfect. Before coming home, I ask her, well, how you do on that passage? How you do that? How you do that? Do that, do this, do that. Okay, fine. Everything seems perfectly fine. At least that's what I thought. that I was not fine at all. On that night, I keep comparing. I keep comparing so bad. That somehow I start to question about my why, about my meaning, and about my what to do. And that feeling just grow bad. And on the very next, or like just 2 days later, on the next day, I don't remember, but I take 1 day class off for it. 2 days later, the problem wasn't fixed at all. The problem still there, still in my mind, but somehow I lie to myself and I say that okay, I am fine right now, and I am ready to go to class, right? At least that is what I thought. At least that is. How to start with this? I asked Julia, hey, are we gonna go to class today? She said, yeah. She is at a coffee shop. And yeah, so I asked her, can you buy me a cup of coffee with milk? They call it bạc xỉu. Yeah, and then she said, okay. I come to class late because I need my computer from my brother that he bought it. I told him not to touch that computer, not to touch the laptop, but he ended up taking it to school, so I have to go away to his school, all the way to his school, and take it and then go to Mr. house. Took a long route to go. Right, I was late, and I'm like that. And when I ask it, when I have my coffee, I drink it, and I ask for the payback. Notice how this girl act. She say that don't pay. Because what? Because she is a strong, independent woman. Because she don't want to own anyone something. And I already predicted that. I already know what is the consequence of. Already know what happened if I do that. I already know. So don't try to. Let's say, like this. Wow, what a strong, independent woman, right? If you like a man of act so much, then why don't you let me pay for it? And she say, and what she respond, it's make me cold to my heart. And she say that, well, let's not just talk about it. It's like she just wanna hide it. She wanna hide it. Right? And I say, I have it enough also. See that coldness? I see that, yeah, I don't know what to do best. And I start to feel unsafe. I start to feel scared about, oh my god, how is she start being cold again? Wow, we're gonna play these games once more. Are we gonna play this game once more time? I don't know. And then me and my friend, right? My friend. This way really bad. He and I go for a meal, and then we talk about Julia. We talk about, okay, I am doing wrong. I'm doing this. I should just cut her off. Myself, I should cut her off. And somehow I still think about it. Somehow I consider it. Okay. okay, maybe I don't want to go with her anymore. Maybe, okay, if that what she want, then yeah, just like it. And it also make my anxiety worse than even worse, right? My anxiety just spike up, and yeah, at the same time thinking about Julia, thinking about the SAT, thinking about the reading that I do, that I didn't do well on that. And somehow that I end up go back to Miss Tam's house, and then I ask her about whether she can guide me through the book, the book that I have right here, this book, Find Your Why by Simon Sinek, a practical guide for discovering purpose for you and your team. So yeah, I read this book. If you don't know, yeah, I read that book, and then yeah, I was very curious about my mean and my why once again. I was so okay. What am I supposed to do on this earth? What am I doing here? What's my value? What's my meaning? What's my purpose of life? The question is kind of that, but somehow that is so worse in that time. It's just so much bad in that time that I don't know why, but I just have a feeling that oh my god, everything is falling onto my heart right now. Everything seems like a burden, and yeah. So I asked Miss them, and she replied, made me cry a bit. She said that maybe that the thought of keep in mind very one, because I'm gonna talk about this later. But keep in mind that somehow my childhood with Joe, my English my trainer, was so bad, and she said that acknowledge that maybe he's right, but why do I have to keep it deepen into longing into my heart when I cannot keep up with the level of that, when we as an individual are different in any way possible, and why do I have to keep that kind of ideological that it have to be very strict on myself and have to very doubtful, very this, very that, and a lot of it. And a lot of it. And she said that okay, acknowledge that, and maybe, and I don't remember anything much, but change it. Acknowledge and change it. Change into my new who. Because the who that I have right now is not myself. It is the ideological, the thinking, the mindset that someone built for me over the years. That's not mine. That's not me. I say right. How can I treat myself like? How can I do this? How can so just like that? Yeah. And I actually cried a bit, and I left the day after it one more time. Here's the funny thing. That day, 29th of November, I come to Julia and I text her. Hey, can we talk? Because it's really essential. And then I thought to say sorry to what I thought, say sorry for, like, I start to ask her, hey, do you really feel annoyed? And what she replied is that, what am I doing is make her make her on her nerve. I don't know what does that really mean, but it's just know that make her very feel stressful and uncomfortable. So I say to her that okay, I stop doing that. And then I start to say a lot of things more that doubt myself. I say that, you know what? I was envy of you. I was envy because I feel that I would never keep up with you. I feel envy because that now I couldn't be together with you anymore and that you would get far away from me. Especially I told her 7 days before the SAT. 7 days before the SAT. That few days was all in for myself. I got myself back very quickly. But that is a sin. I explain to you later why I feel that is a sin, and now I'm so ashamed of myself for doing so. Because, my friend say that, hey, let's just forget about Julia, forget about that. But I never. Because that is the sin that I did to myself that I will never forget. And here, how it is. I said that, okay, Julia. Now, if you can you block me, unfriend me? Because I say that being friend with someone you love is not fun. And that one line is the only honest one that I say. And what come later, I feel myself so in chaotic. I feel myself got affected by the feeling. I just couldn't hold it anymore. Just to feel the pressure and burden onto my heart. I just couldn't feel it anymore. So I used help. I asked for help from my friend. A actually very wise guy and he would not actually ditch me. I would say, and I'm grateful for him to be there. Say that right now, I am making a mistake. I am making it over too complicated. And the same thing Julia said to me, that after the question, let's just unfriend each other. And then she said that, I don't know why do you have to make this over complicated. I don't know why that I have to doubt myself. I have to think a lot and doubt myself like that. She asked me why, and I don't reply. And my friend told me to reply in this way. Okay, Steven. I want you to end it right here. And that is what I agree on. That at that time, because I don't know what I want to do, right? So just go on and agree it. You say that, Steven. Oh my god. Steven, let go of it. This isn't worth it anymore. You put too much effort into something that you wasn't ready for it. And by that, admittedly, yeah, I wasn't ready for it. In fact, I was never ready. So do what I say. Say he told me to text him this way. He say that. Right now I'm gonna say what I did I text. Say that, hey, in Vietnamese, right? Hey Julia. It's sometimes that I was immature in my thought. Sometimes that my emotion couldn't keep up with my thought, and that I was never think logically throughout the process. Oh my god. Throughout the process, and that I am very sorry for it. thank you for helping me for the long time, and I very appreciate for it. Only text like that. Only 5 line. Only 5 or 6 line like that. And then the story cut off from that. We never met until the test day. The test day I met her, holy shit, we didn't say nothing. We didn't say nothing. We are all like in the same thingy when I first confessed to her. And the same thing. The same situation where like, oh, what should I talk? It's kinda like I could keep myself like, oh my god, what should I talk? What should I talk? Oh, look at her face, she's so beautiful, but she is not mine anymore. Very funny thought, right? But yeah. Oh my god, she looked very stunning. But is it mine? Oh hell no. My friend told me that I shouldn't think about her. Oh my god, I go against my friend reminder. So yeah, that is very funny. And we didn't talk for a while until one day. One day when Miss Tam told us to go to her place, and we prepare for this essay to send it to the university, right? To the university. I don't know anything. 3 of my friends, Julia, my guy friend, and Julia friend, 3 of them go together on the same session, from 5:30 to 7 p.m. I don't know what they talk, but when I see her face, I look at her face, she's like this. Her eye was wide open. She was look at me in a very, I don't wanna make an ideal right now, but like, yeah, just something feel very wrong, because she was not avoiding my eye anymore. She was not avoiding it. She was looking through me straight. I say that, what the heck? What is this girl onto? Like, what? And I found out that the next day, she unfriended me. She blocked me. Literally, she blocked me. Oh my god, I'm so much coughing right now. Just feel so sick. Literally 1 a.m. and I'm sitting here talking. I know this is not gonna be over. Oh my god, it's literally 1 a.m. 1 a.m. And I say, what the heck? What? She unfriended me? And you know what? You know what next? I was into chaos again. My emotion was spiked up, and I know exactly where it's come from. I've been observing Julia for a long time, so I could say that I know her. I know her by her maturity. And I know who did that on her. Because by norms, that if she would unfriend me from the day that I text her, not after the SAT and when we doing the essay. Right? So, who was there? My friend Julia and her friend. Her friend, I think she know a bit, but she would not touch it too far. And who left with her? Who inspired her? That is my friend. My friend. Okay, let me make it clear. On that day I said, okay, let's not be friends anymore. And what I say after? I say that, okay, I am sorry, sometimes I do nothing properly, sometimes my thought is immaturity. So I just say that. Yeah. I say like that. Okay, so we keep, and I did not unfriend her. I did not show that, okay, I did not say anything about that unfriend. I did not, in fact, never. And that friend of mine, wow, what a good friend. Somehow, I don't know, maybe I'm just assuming people like that. Maybe it is a false assumption, but he has to somehow, in some way, that influenced her. No, for sure that it is somehow, in some way, influenced her. And on that night, she blocked me. And then on the next day, I asked him. I know who is that come from. I asked him, hey, why did you do this? Why did you ask for it? And what he said, that is her action. And that is my consequence. Okay. At that time, right now, I'm being fully honest to the camera, because I know nobody except what if I tell to give it to the university and they will know my person. But this is how I think. This is how my true thought is. Okay. So I was stupid. I was stupid for it. I was trusting people. Okay. Now I lost that one of my friend. I don't wanna lose another. I don't wanna lose another anymore. I say that no, okay. I don't want to like guilt tripping him into like thinking that, oh, I did because of he did that, he have to do that, he have to face the consequences, he have to do that. I want to treat my friend like that. I don't want to treat my friend in force and like feeling shameful of itself or feeling guilty. Yeah, feeling guilty. And I say that, okay, that is not your fault. Yeah, that is my fault. That is mine. Yeah, that's all come from mine. And even though I lost Julia, I was very angry at that time. I was very, why now? Why are you doing that? Why do you have to tell her like that? Let me catch up a bit. Okay, let's stop putting emotion in. It's already forgot. And I told him, okay, I accept it. I accept to be it is. Okay, you do. Okay, yeah. That's her action. Yeah, that is my consequence for all of it. Yeah, accept it. I asked him, okay, what if after this, are we still friends? That one simple question, or you review anything. What do he reply? He said, I don't know. Remember that, I don't know. Oh my God. Oh my God. I don't know. What's that type of answer? Okay. Airplane. What's that type of answer? It's just because of me, my story, and Julia that I now break the friendship with that guy. Is that anything have to be relevant? Is that have anything to be? I say, Now I understand it. On the day I see them, they start some kind of like hateful to me. I don't know why. I say that, okay, now I have the eye to look back. I have everything. Okay. At that time, I'm still stupid, right? Still very stupid. I don't do what I say. And I said to him, hey, what happened? What are you scared of? Hey. And he said, what is really making me very angry? He said, don't find empathy here. Empathy? Dude, I'm not even find empathy. I'm about to lose you either. Because of Julia. What the heck? And I say, okay. Fine. Everything is fine. Okay, you don't wanna be. You say that you don't know how to know it. Okay. I come to ask the only wise person that I know. And on that time we are doing the essay, right? Yeah. Come to ask the only wise person that I know. Ask Wisdom about, hey, what if a friend that because of my action, because of what I want to do for my heart, what I really want to do, and that can fail, and then that friend now is just like the situation that I told you, that I tell, what will you do? And what she said is this: friendship is not something that they decide. Is that what I decide? Oh. So right now, I do have the responsibility. I do have the power on myself. And now what I do next is what I think about the good and the bad, and how I could use it. I'm not saying that we're using to do this, to do that, but I will use him at some level to serve my interest at the time, because I don't feel this one is a good relationship anymore. I tell to myself, okay, if you don't respect me for my action, for what I did, okay, fine, I still accept it. But if you say that being one of my friend, and you say that I don't know how do I want to be friend with you anymore, I say that this one is not good. It's a friend that will say however and no matter, it will say. And what he showed is that he could fall into one part and leave out the other, and I could see it very well. I could see it, in fact, very well from my perspective. I say, okay, if you want it, let's play it. I'm not being friends with him now anymore. At least that's what I told. That's what I told in my mental. Because if someone doesn't want to be friend with mine, and they say that, oh, I don't know, do I want to be friend with you or not, I don't accept that kind of friend. What friend on earth say that, okay, I don't know, do I want to stay friend with you or not? No, that's so wrong. And what I did, I pushed him away. I now know that he's not good person to have a lifetime with. I understand that so well. Very, very well. In my heart, I know it so well that, okay, this one doesn't worth it. And it's, okay, pushing off. That's too much, that is enough. What should I do? Focus on what my relationship I have right now. My friend, yeah, I do have them. Are they willing to stay with me? Of course they do. Is he stay with me? Is he like him? Oh my god, no, oh no, it's not comparing, it's not good. Oh my god, how could I say this? Okay, so another my friend, he see the same thing, he see everything the same, but the way that he treat me is different. He treat with patience, he know that I do wrong, but at least he's always there. He tell me, even if it's gone so wrong, even if he heard the story more than ever before, he just stay, and he never judge me anything about it. He never judge me for what I do. He just advise me on what better decisions to do, rather than you should, rather than Hua, he say, you should have listened to me in the first place. You should have do this. You should have do that. You should this. No, fuck no. My life, my choice. How simple it is. My life, my choice. Right? And I say, yeah, that's what I thought. For the next few days, while waiting for the SAT score, I was working on the essay. In the phase of doing the essay, let me tell you a story that I cry a lot. Insanely a lot. Yeah. Because it's just somehow that I show my person one more time. I reflecting myself, how my childhood, and I remodeling my ideological of everything. I just thought to, okay, the past all hurt, and that I am brave enough to open it once again and to see it with my bare eye, and to know that, okay, this one I think is not right. Okay, let's fix this. This one. Oh, the story is this. And I actually give in the story of, there are four topic. The first one is what I said, what to do when, what I think when I do that I forgot time. That is, I told them the time that I come to stamina, and then what the problem have been bothering me for a long time. I talked the story of Julia, about how I thought about my worth, how I thought about my value, and how because of that. And third topic is that about what 3 words that people describe me, and I talk about my friend, I talk about how they thought about me, they talk about how I helped them, and lastly, let me remember, it's something that I write a lot. And what do I proud of for my 3 years in high school. I talk about the time that I do trading, I talk about my challenge that I approach, I talk about the time that I fall out onto wet, and then I decide to stand up again, my resilience. All of that are true. All of them. Not a single lie in it. I tell how I feel, I tell everything to Miss Thumb. And she read it, right? And then she guided me on to writing the essay. Oh my god. If you told me to read the essay once again, I swear to you, I'm still crying. Cause that how happy I am when I finally know who I am. Because in that process of writing the essay, I got to reflect on myself. I got to ask myself on the question of why. Right? So why do I think like this? Why do I think like that? What I should do and how I do it. What I should do to change and how I do it. The ring circle, right? The ring. Not a big chance for me to know what is my being. I talk about the story of God. that how I met him on the day on the 3 a.m. that I was so desperate with about the story of me between me and Julia. I met God on that day. I don't want to talk too much about Julia. I met God on that day, and He guided me. And right now, I'm say that I'm faithful, kinda. Because right now I just fully engaged in Him. I pray daily. I do everything my best to get closer to Him, to the garden, and yeah. And that day went by. On the day of score release, I got the score, and I would say that pretty low for me. But in that 1 month of concentrating, of that pulling all of my heart in, 1 month, that why I did my best. That why I did my best. I told you, already did my best. 1 month only, concentrate, really locked in, and I got 1,140. How would I expect more? If I got higher, that would be a disrespect to anyone who work hard. I only worked that for 1 month. Imagine I have 3 more months. I don't know. Maybe my score will be a little bit higher. But I say to myself, I am not ashamed of it. Because I know I work hard. Whoa, I work so hard for it. I still a bit worried on my score. Because that is kind of insufficient for the scholarship that I want. Because if I want to study, my parents have to pay a lot, and I want a scholarship to do stuff. Otherwise, I have to speed. Otherwise, I have to stuck here. That's not fun. Yeah, that's not fun. So anyone to listen to it, please, God, please, I want that scholarship. Want to get a chance to at least involve myself. Want to have a chance to learn more. What do I use that for? Want to fulfill everything that I love, everything that I feel my meaning, my being. Could do charity. Yeah, I love to do that. I could teach people. Could inspire people on doing their things. Could show the story of mine. Just to ask someone who believes in God. And so on. So please, God, please bless me. Please, I see it through. I just know you for a while. I know asking you for this has been maybe too much for you. God, I love you. From the day that you saved me from the chaos that I support to order, please bless me. Yeah, just like that. And from that day, I could tell to the world that I am a Christian, that I follow God, that He saved me. I was even proud to say that, right? Cheers. Okay, energy refill. Let's keep talking. Just keep talking. Then after the SAT score release, I decided to just apply to SC to St. Thomas in Minnesota, and I record my own SAT score. I do everything. Yeah, maybe I do everything right. And you know what happened? I was never expect this. Very funny way. Julia, some way, she's still there to do it. I was shocked. I was shocked by how she doing it. Like, girl, you're just so nonchalant. You just make it feel like, oh, nothing happened between us, right? Yeah, nothing happened. So, what? She come back, ask me, hey, how do I do this? How do I apply? How do I apply this one, right? And I say, with the godly soul, that with the benevolence of my father, I decide to, okay, I help you. That is on God. I wasn't planning on doing it, but my God told me to do it. So yeah, I help her. Say that, okay, what you are applying is 4 megabytes. It's too much, and that would crash the page. That is why. And I told her to, reduce the thing to just 5 page, because if it's more than 6 page, then it's gonna be more than 4 megabyte. Everything's. And I told her like, yeah, everything gonna be over 4 megabyte. And yeah, I was kind of angry at that point, because okay, I mean, my God help you, but please, can you at least say thank you to my God? My God is my ego. Please don't mistake that. My God wouldn't mind about it, but I mind about it. I wasn't godly enough. I say that to myself, my own self only. Wow, this girl, you have the audacity to ask me, and then don't even say thank you. Just quiet it and cut it off. I said, what on earth is this? I said, what? Are you seriously doing like that? Okay. Man, I listen to my God, right? I just forgive it. Yeah. If it doesn't make me mind that much, why should I mind that much? Forgive. Just forgive it. And give it away to my God. Yeah. I wasn't care about it anymore. Continue. But at least, she unblocked me. And only when I have value. Admittedly. Let's just have this kind of imaginary future. What if I don't have any value to her? What if I don't apply at the same time with her? then will she unblock me? So the answer is no. The answer is always gonna be no. Cause when I only have value, she is gonna unblock me and use me and ask me and do this, do that, do blah 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 blah. That's so wrong. I say to myself, wow, unbelievable. But yeah, well, at least just the small things. When she asks for a bigger thing, I may refuse. But yeah, just the small things. Wow, this is showing that I am so immature that I am not ready, because that happened about 4 or 5 days ago. I know 5 or 6 days ago, and right now I still mine on it. That means I'm not godly enough. Wow, God already leave it aside, and I still thinking of it. Well, at least that this is reflection, so I don't have to sin about myself. But sometimes I do think about it and say, unbelievable. That is showman unprepared. So now, and to have nothing to do anymore. Well, I already sent the application. I do the essay. I do everything. I send everything. I just try my best, right? Just give it all my heart onto everything that I do. And what I do this one. I read one book that it changed me so much. Except for me, it is telling me what I think, telling me why do I think in a certain way. I would leave this to other video because this one is already kind of too long, and I will talk about how this one reflects me and my story later. But in that time, I read the book 12 Rules for Life. This one, I feel like it's a game changing. Now I read to chapter 5. I say that, oh my god, I so love this book that I just so obsessed in this one, because I do every day, like, wow. I get my chance to be closer to God, and also I practice my daily with journal and talk about godly thing. And yeah, when I read the book, when I have something pop on my mind, when I have some realization, quickly hop on my journal and writing it right away. So to me, I'm doing everything fine. I learned so much now. Somehow that I was shocked for myself for knowing that I wouldn't be affected by my friend mate anymore. And then now he say, oh, you do this, you do that. Okay, I don't care. Sometimes I still react, but that doesn't matter anymore. Hey, and I got something more. I feel like this one is so good that I decide to. Oh, let's just fix this one again. And I decide to write this on the paper. It took so long. It took 2 days to write this one off. Here's like this. Yeah. So this one take from a YouTube video named YouTube video from God's You, and I may recommend you to listen to it. But here, let me read it to you. As I am writing this right now, I want to deepen my thought and my faithfulness, willingly to give my heart. I want to carry it every day, carry this one, and my God. Even when I'm happy, sad, lost, or confused, and light, I want the heart of my Lord. I want the heart of my Lord to guide me, die like him, and let him live through me. My voice is so bad right now. Some people talk about Jesus so loudly, yet nobody can find Jesus in them. And that is the terrifying part. You can carry a Bible, wear a cross, post scripture, preach online, and still, when people meet you, they don't meet him. They only meet your attitude, your ego, your insecurity, your options. And if we're honest, that is most of us. There is a truth nobody wants to say out loud. Most Christians want to represent Jesus without actually resembling him. We want people to meet Jesus through us, but we also want to keep our attitude. We want to keep our ego. We want to keep our petty grudges and our silent pride and our convenient compassion that only works when we feel like it. Oh my god, my voice is so... We want the result of holiness without the death of self. But listen, people don't meet Jesus through you just because you say, I am a Christian. They meet him when they counter a love they can't explain, a patience that doesn't make sense, a humility that disarms their arrogance, a kindness that doesn't discriminate, a purity that doesn't need validation. People meet Jesus when there is something in you that cannot be traced back to you. Not your personality, not your upbringing, not your culture, not your mood. Something supernatural. And here's the uncomfortable part. You can't fake that. You cannot fake that. You can manipulate your image, your tone, your social media presence, but you can fake the fragrance of Christ. People can tell when you are preaching him, believing you. So, the real question isn't, do people know I am a Christian? The real question is, this one I want to say with all my heart, as I already imagined it a ton of time when I gonna be asked the same question. I would say, like, after spending time with me, do people or you feel love or judge, encourage or belittle, seen or ignored, safe or on edge, lifted up or drained? And in a way more, let's say in a way more compassionate way, after spending time with me, do people feel love or judge, encourage or belittle, seen or ignored, safe or on edge, lifted up or drained? Because if our presence doesn't heal, doesn't comfort, doesn't soften heart, then it's not Jesus they are meeting. It's just us, and we are not enough. Jesus didn't say they will know your mind by your argument. They say they will know your mind by your love. Not the love that posts Bible verse, the love that absorbs pain instead of doubling it, the love that forgives when it still hurts, the love that sends that self without being seen, the love that treats the difficult people like actual people. If people meeting you doesn't feel like they are meeting Jesus, don't blame culture, society, or the world. Look in the mirror. Because he didn't call us to talk like him. He called us to die like him, so his life can live through us. And maybe That's the whole point. People meet Jesus through you when you finally stop insisting that they meet you first. Everyone loved the idea of showing Jesus. Almost nobody loved the process that produces. Because representing Christ doesn't happen on stage. It happened in the moments nobody clapped for. It happened in traffic when someone cut you off. Do they meet your temper or his patience? It happened when someone disrespects you. Do they meet your ego or his humility? It happens when a friend betrays you. Do they meet your revenge or his forgiveness? It happens when life doesn't go your way. And this is what I take the most. It happens when life doesn't go your way. Do they meet your anxiety or his peace? Every time, my anxiety or his peace. It happens when you are surrounded by people you don't like. Do they meet your coldness or his compassion? Everyone wants to look like a Christian. Very few want to bleed like Christ. Christ bled. Giving love to people who don't deserve it. You want people to meet Jesus through you, then stop reacting like anyone else. Anyone can love someone who loves them. Anyone can be kind when they feel good. Anyone can be humble then they are praised. But when you can be kind while you hurting, when you can respect someone who treat you like dirt, when you can uplift people who never appreciate you, that is when Jesus becomes visible. Let's get more real. Maybe this is the area that you're failing. You avoid the broken because they are too much. You ignore the lonely because you are busy. You walk past people who need encouragement because you don't know what to say. You pray for your future to be ministry, for your future ministry, but mistreat the people already in your life. You want to preach the gospel on a platform, but you won't live the gospel at your dinner table. If people don't meet Jesus in your home, they won't meet him in your ministry. Representing Christ isn't something you switch on. It is who you are when nobody is watching. So, how do you actually change? Not by trying harder. Trying harder just makes you a nicer sinner. You change by surrendering. Stop begging God to use publicity while resisting privately. Let him touch you. Let him touch your wound. Let him touch your wound. Let him break your pride. Let him disturb your comfort. Let him wreck the fragile version of you that needs control. Because Jesus can't shine through a person who's still worshipping their image. Every time you choose obedience, when you would rather react, Christ is revealed. Every time you choose mercy, when you would rather win, Christ is revealed. Every time you silence your flesh instead of pampering it, Christ is revealed. So, that is how the world meets him. Not because you're gifted, not because you are talented, not because you quote scripture, but because you die to yourself, so he can live through you. Amen. Amen. Wow, that was so long. And also this video. Let me put it back in. I'll see you soon. And maybe there's gonna be one more video talk about this book and how I reflected on myself. But right now, I think it's time to have a growth, have a sleep. It's honestly already 1 a.m. right now, and I am so sleepy. I wish I could never be sleepy like this. But yeah, thank you for today. I really have a good day right now. Until now, there's still a lot of uncertainty, a lot of worry onto my mind, but I try my best to just shave it off. And God, may you bless me. Thank you. See you.